Okay, welcome. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you for all of your love, your support. Thank you for joining me today. Um, if you watch me on a regular basis, you know that I have a lot on my plate, and so therefore, I don't get to do the weekly readings or anything as much as I would like, and I'm kind of going through a transitional phase, and I'm thinking, wow, it's eclipse season. Like, and it's so magical this year because we have three eclipses. Usually you have two eclipses for the season. You have the solar eclipse, then you would have the lunar eclipse. But this year we have the solar, well, we just had the solar eclipse. Then we'll have the lunar eclipse on July the 27th, I believe. And then come August the 11th, we will have another solar eclipse. And I thought, we're in such powerful energy this year. Being a collective 11 year, 2018, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8 is 11. So 11 is the justice card. 11 is bringing in the balance. The 11 is making the hard decisions, making the hard commitments, making the hard choices, giving 110%, walking and talking with integrity, acting with integrity, being committed to yourself, your dreams, your goals, and your desires. And when we can do these things, when we can focus on that energy and move ourselves in that direction, magical, beautiful successes that you can't even imagine can come out of this kind of energy. So this year has been a very magical year. We have other transits still coming in the mix for the year of magic entering our lives, these moments of magic. So, and a couple of things I've noticed about the energy. One is that the numerology for the day for July the 12th was a 3. And then I think for the lunar eclipse, it's a 9. So that, and nines are all about endings and completions. And then the new solar eclipse in August, forget the fact that it's on the 11th and we're in the 11 years, so it's a double 11 energy for us. But it also boils down to a 3 again. And the 3 is the Empress. So it is all about our new beginnings, our new starts, the birthing of an idea, a plan, a goal, a dream, a desire. Now, also the solar eclipse in August, the numerology is actually a 30, and you rarely get a 30 number or 30 energy for a daily. So the 30 energy alone, even the worst kind of things are beautiful, are magical, are wonderful. There's success sprinkled everywhere in your lives. It's a time to celebrate. It's a time to rejoice. It's a time to say, I've got this. It's a time to plant those new seeds and to grow forward. Tapping yourself into your creativity with the 30 energy, tapping yourself into the creativity, your self-expression will just take you to the next level. So it's really about being true with yourself, to yourself. So I thought I would do each of the signs, and I just kind of wanted to kind of give that front for everybody, so that when I do the eclipse season videos for you individually, now the sun, the moon, and the ascendant, you should be checking all three. Okay. The sun is your outward, your deepest goals in life, what's important to you, how people view you, how you want people to view you, your goals, your dreams, your desires, your outward world. The moon is your emotion. How do you express yourself? How do you respond to things emotionally? And where can you grow emotionally? Where can you strengthen yourself emotionally? And then the ascendant is relationships, partnerships. So you want to know all of that when you are looking at these eclipses, and you need to view them individually, yes, but you also need to view them as a collective energy because they're building up upon each other. So a solar eclipse is a time of new beginnings, new chapters, new starts, new visions of your tomorrows, planting the seeds. So that's a new moon. A full moon, and the energy will last up to 4 weeks. A full moon is a time for completion, endings, healing, seeing where we are, seeing where we want the new beginnings and what has held us back. And that energy will last up to 4 weeks. So, but a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse will last up to 6 months. Now, I think the Leo energy kind of supersedes the Cancer energy to some degree, because it is the final eclipse going forward before we hit the fall. So we have to look at all 3 areas and how we can walk towards our new beginnings, our new starts, our goals, our dreams, our desires, growing relationships deeper, traveling, education, groups and friends, our service to others, our destiny perhaps. What type of healing or closure do we need in our life? What kind of completion do we need? Learning more about ourselves. And I think the Cancer eclipse was a lot about learning a little bit about ourselves, knowing that we don't need to control everything. It was the sun and the moon opposing Pluto during this. So Pluto is the one that, Pluto, you have to ask yourself, how can I grow? How can I grow through deepening my own self-knowledge? Seeing where I react, seeing where I try and control, seeing where I might have a goal in mind, but it's not for the highest good. It has an underlying of manipulation or wanting to keep things the same, or stubborn, or jealousy might be driving my goal. Wanting to show off, wanting to let my ego shine instead of my heart shine. So where does that happen in my life? And I think throughout the course of the next 4 weeks, we'll be given glimpses of, now, why are you in the situation? And what is it trying to teach you about yourself? We come to the lunar eclipse. And that is more about groups and friends and social causes, humanitarian ideas, global awareness, and yes, ideas in general, inventive imagination, creativity. I think Mars is very close, if not exact, with this full moon. And so it's in retrograde. I would have to think that we are looking at how to go forward, of breaking through the wall, of knocking the wall down, so kind of watch your anger, back it up, think it out, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to do. Don't let that knee-jerk reaction come through. Mars is always wanting to go forward. Mars is our warrior. And Pluto, Pluto was the Cancer. That's our inner warrior being awoken with Pluto retrograde. Mars retrograde, we are walking back over some of our steps, some of our actions, or lack of action. And so we need to analyze what didn't allow a closure in my life, what didn't allow an ending in my life. Where am I fighting that healing that could come into my life and open up new doors and new ways of looking at things, new perceptions. And then we have the Leo. solar eclipse. And we have that 11-11 energy. We've got that 30 energy. We've got the 3 energy of the Empress. Leo is our play. Leo is our romance. Leo is, getting up on that soapbox and saying, this is who I am and I love me for it. This is tapping into your creativity, sharing yourself through self-expression, creativity, recreation. But it's very much a me kind of energy. So throughout this solar eclipse to lunar eclipse and then back to the solar eclipse, and I failed to mention that Cancer, it was in our 4th house, right? That's family and home and heritage and foundations. So we'll probably be looking over the next couple of weeks, especially a little bit more towards our immediate home life, our family, our close friends, our allies, our close allies that we trust, that we lean on for support, that give us support, that give us encouragement. Our tribes, our clans, our foundations. And then it moves into more of a collective energy of groups of people, our humanitarianism, our social causes, our global awareness, and yes, our creativity and how we can use our creativity, our inventiveness in order to not only touch our life, our close family lives, but the collective. And then we move into Leo, which is that me center, that I am. That's the sun. It's ruled by the sun. Once again, what's our deepest goals? What's our deepest dreams? And how do we go forward? And we spent time contemplating home, family, foundations, groups, friends, global. And then we finally get to planting our seeds, which is our goals, our dreams, what we want in our life. So I'm going to do a reading for each of you, and stay tuned because it should, if I figure out how to edit properly, it should be coming on now. But in case I mess up, remember, I do love you. Welcome, Scorpio. I had the flukiest thing happen trying to start your video. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy that you send my way each and every day. We are in eclipse season. It started, look at that, we have the 6 of Swords fly out. Going on the journey. Tapping into your sage wisdom, your intuition, knowing how to write things, knowing how to fix things, knowing how to avoid the negative, feeling in control. Yes, it could be an actual trip. It could be an actual journey with this card popping out like this for you. And it's in the cards. So we're already in this energy. Okay, it started on July 12th. We had the solar eclipse in Cancer at 20 degrees. And then we will be experiencing the lunar eclipse in Aquarius at 4 degrees on July the 27th. And then we have another solar eclipse happening. So instead of the usual 2, we have 3. And that'll be in Leo at 18 degrees on August the 11th. We've got those 2 11s there. We've got all kinds of numerology strengthening this energy. And here we have the travel card. So for you, Cancer would be your 9th house, and that is your journeys. That is learning and travel and study and searching for the meaning of life. adventures. So you're setting sail here. You are ready to go forward. You are ready to experience new and unusual and unique. You may be looking towards moving, changing your place of residence in some way. Or you could be tapping into your spirituality and traveling more within your mind. That could be very much for some of you. So let's put that back in. So then the full moon lunar eclipse will be in your fourth house, would it be? That's your heritage. That's your roots. That's home, family, foundations. And then the last solar eclipse on August the 11th. Yeah, August the 11th. Would then be in your 10th house. And that is work, career, goals, image, success, recognition, vocation. So let's turn to the cards and see how we can move through these eclipses to step into some beautiful new paths with a sure foot. So our first card is, oh, look at this, the Two of Cups. Talk about new relationships coming in, new opportunities coming in, new ways of doing, being, becoming, new partnerships, new alliances, and definitely new beginnings. So the adventure may be getting out there and actually meeting somebody to travel the world with, spend the rest of your life with, walk the next part of your path with. It could also be renewing relationships that have grown stagnant, taking it back to the beginning in your mind and understanding why you're in the relationship, what promises you made at the beginning of the relationship. Did you honor those vows? How do you show the love, the care, the support? How do you want to see it coming back into your life? Is there conversations that need to be had? Yeah, I think whatever it is that's new and exciting in your life is going to also be magical. It's almost like they are, I'm just seeing this light shining all around them, this magic, the orbs, the eclipse in the background. Blue is our spirituality. Blue is calm, love, peace. And so these are all the things that you can invite into your life right now. New Moon Affirmations, absolutely. I always have a link below. You can watch it on a daily basis if it helps you, but I would prefer that you get a pen and paper and write down your own affirmations. And use it more of a guideline of what you want to say every time you think about affirming something beautiful coming into your life. Or maybe a mission statement. Maybe a mantra. Our next card is the Three of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. We're burning the midnight oil and we are making the plan. We are thinking about a lot of things. We are deep in thought. Journal. Definitely journal during this time. Tap into your innermost wants and needs and desires and dreams and goals for yourself. Where you want to go, who you want to become, how you want your path to evolve. I would do it in minute detail. I would play it in my head like it was a movie, going room to room or living the dream. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What's the flooring like that you're walking on? What colors surround you? What people surround you? And since we're heading home and family, and there's energy that's going to be around work and career, and there's energy that's going to be around travel and learning and adventure, I mean, this could be a novel for you. Absolutely. Very strong and beautiful energy. I think Jupiter is active in the second solar eclipse in August. So the expansion of who you are. Remember that Jupiter is in your sign. It's finally going forward again. So it's about your expansion, your beauty, your worth. Growing yourself into the possibility of what you want to be, where you want to go, what you want your environment to look like. There is so much power for you in the solar eclipse to, first you have to imagine it, plan it, but to step into it. Just wait till Jupiter moves out of your sign into your expansion of material wealth and goals, money, finances, your daily routine, and how it grounds you, how it works, how it keeps everything in balance. Your self-esteem grows. Now that's another video. Four of Wands. Four of Wands. Now the Four of Wands, I am pretty sure, is the number 30, the 30th card in the tarot deck. And usually in a daily energy, we rarely see the number 30 appear. It's not a common one. And both solar eclipses come down to the number 3, yes, but the Leo eclipse is the 30, and that is the last one. And it tells us to celebrate. It tells us to jump for joy, to realize our successes of what we have in our life, and yes, of where we're going. And new seeds planted around this time with this kind of energy on this day, August the 11th, lead towards great success, especially if we have planned it out. But it's also about taking that moment to celebrate you and who you are. Looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you, you're fabulous, you're magnificent. You've done this, you're accomplishing that. You've got this in your life, that person in your life. You do this for your community. Whatever you see as great milestones for yourself, and even the small milestones, this is the time to really celebrate how you got to this point. And it might have been going through some very hard times, some dark places, some fires, some chaos, some sorrow. And you're here. So this is about celebrating. This is about celebration of who you are and what you've done and how you've gotten to here. Now the lunar eclipse is in Aquarius, and that is all about groups and friends, global awareness. So it could be that you are joining with a group, celebrating with a group, or a team, or a community, or a family, and celebrating each other. But take time to celebrate you. Each and every day from, well, you should have started July 12th. Sorry, I'm late. But all the way until, the rest of your life, really, is the perfect thing. But if you just want to do it for a short time, at least until August the 12th, please. And tell yourself how great you are and how wonderful you are, what talents and abilities you have, and what you bring to the table, and the deepness of your love. For work, career, what identifies you? Look at that. We got the High Priestess with the Fool. Wow. I love the energy of all these readings. I tell you, they are so powerful, and they should be, right? So, work and career, I always call this work and career, but it's what defines you as a person. If I were to meet you, most would tell me about, who are you? What do? You would tell me about work, career. But some of you wouldn't. Some of you would tell me about your activities within the community, your spirituality, your home, your family, the people you love. Some of you will tell me about your health and well-being. So what defines you? Where are you setting your goals, your dreams, your desires? We have the Fool here. If you didn't think there was going to be new paths opening up to you, you are sorely, sorely mistaken. Even if you're not looking for that new path, it will appear. We have free will. We don't have to step on those new paths, but you will see it. Now, with the High Priestess, it's your magic. Bring your magic out. You don't need anything else except for what's already inside of you in order to go forward. It's time to, and maybe you want to, we do have that educational aspect in there for you. So maybe you want to learn something more to expand your horizons. But it shouldn't be holding you up at this point. This is the journey. This is the opportunity. This is the magic that can come into your life. So long as you're not taking a bunch of garbage with you on your path. Trash is trash. Get rid of it. Let it go. During that lunar eclipse, when it comes to, well, it comes down to home, family, roots, emotional foundation for yourself, right? And your subconscious patterns. Get to know you. Understand why you react the way you react. Behave the way you do sometimes. Where you hold back. Where you limit yourself. And this is a magical time for you to actually look inside and see that magic. Understand what you bring to the table. Understand your magic. Understand your ability to step into whatever path you choose. And there will be a balance. I get risk-taking. I get adventure. Now, I don't mean, gamble in some way. I mean take a risk on you. You already know that you have the talent or the ability. It's about believing in yourself, seeing the magic within, and quietly contemplating that. So over the next month, look at the magic within. Understand just surely how far it'll take you if you really tap into it. I don't think there'll be much stopping you unless you're taking with you some extra baggage. If you're not allowing some kind of healing in your life or ending in your life or closure in your life that needs to be in order to feel the freedom and the liberation of the Fool. Love, relationships, the High Priestess, and the Page of Wands. The High Priest, not the High Priestess. Love and relationships, yes, it could be a lover, it could be a soulmate, it could be a best friend. It could be somebody you know at work or within the community. It could be a parent, a child, a sibling. Your loving relationships, that's what we're talking about. The love you give, the love you receive. The High Priestess talks about a deep wisdom inside. And you need to honor that. But I think you're ready to take a chance on new friends coming into your life, new relationships forming. So for those of you who have kind of limited your circle, you've stopped reaching out to new, go to a concert, go to an activity that you are interested in, meet some new people. You could be meeting your new best friend. You could be meeting your new mentor. You could be meeting the person you were meant to mentor. The Page of Wands is kind of an energy of, I know I have what it takes inside of me, but I haven't really put it to the test. And so is there a relationship like that in your life? Where you're holding back for some reason. You really don't want to be besties, or you really don't want to take it to the next level. You know what you have to offer and give, and you've been doing maybe a lot of soul searching about what has gone wrong in relationships, where you've held back, where you needed to step forward, where you needed to allow healing and you didn't. And somewhere along the line, it's affecting either the current relationship you're in or the new relationship that you're hesitant about stepping into, or that relationship that you're in and you don't want to take it to the next level, or that relationship that you're in but you hold a part of you back at all times. So you have to have that belief in your sage wisdom, because you have that. And is the knowledge. It really is the knowledge of what to do in a relationship. So you have to really believe your intuition. If your intuition says that person is no good for you, chances are you are correct. If you meet somebody and it feels like you've known them all your life within 5 minutes, that's not a mistake. That's not a, how cool is that? Well, it is how cool is that, but don't just push it aside like, oh, that's cool. That's neat. Know that you were meant to connect for a reason, to co-create together in some way, to love and support each other in some way. Spirituality, the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is really telling you that, you know what, you will have to leave some things behind in your life, or put some closure on something or some ending over things that you like, you don't want to let go of. You know that you can't have the cake and eat it too here. There has to be a decision. There has to be a choice. There has to be a step in a certain direction. And yes, you can make the impossible possible when this card shows up. It talks about stepping into new ways of doing, new ways. This is another travel card too. So travel, vacations. You might start learning or studying a culture or a language, or meeting somebody that's going to rock your world and change your world. There's definitely routine changing here. There's definitely new paths opening up to you. What do you need to let go of? Or what has once served you that you keep around in your life that no longer serves you? That it was there at one point in time because you needed that thing or that situation or that person. But now it becomes cumbersome. Now it actually dissipates your energy or your time or your resources. So when you are looking within, when you are meditating, yes, see the magic of who you are and what you can do and where you can go. But also understand that you need to move forward, and that things can't stay the same, and you can't keep the same controls in place if you're going to take a risk, a step in a new beginning. You're going to have to let go of some type of control and see where you can do that. Mentor yourself. The Hierophant tells me that, was it the Hierophant or the High Priest? The High Priest tells me that you have that knowledge within, and it needs to come to the surface, and you need to acknowledge it, and you need to embrace it. So meditation, prayer, reflection, get out in nature and ground yourself. Get by the water. Let the water soothe you, and the waves of a water or a waterfall or a small little trickling stream or something. It's that natural vibration to put you into a meditative state. The water is blue, it's calming again, right? We start talking about the blue, and here's another card, all in blue for you, your spirituality. It's telling you to unplug, to unwind, to, yeah, take the time and just sit there and journal. Plan. Plan for the new beginnings, the new starts, the new relationships. This is where you realize where you can make the impossible possible. Absolutely. Health and well-being is the Queen of Cups. Love yourself. Know that you are deserving. Know that you are worthy. Know that you have been put here in a divine plan, and you have to do the things that you can do. You have to be truthful to yourself. You have to stand strong and proud for who you are. You have to look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. You're magnificent. You're great. You're talented. You have an inner beauty or an inner masculinity that comes out, shines. You bring things to the table. You're gifted. You're talented. And I almost see her looking in that cup, kind of looking at her own reflection. And once again, we're by water. Maybe it's time to get rid of some bad behaviors in your life. Make new commitments to yourself. Treat yourself like the temple it is. Treat yourself like the god or goddess you are. The spiritual being inside of you. Look within and see your beauty and your magic. And own it. And know it. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.